Hi, this is lesson 78 for Algebra 1. So this is on rational equations. It is basically adding fractions, and you have to find a common denominator before you can do that. The most straightforward way to do this is to eliminate the denominators, and so let's get right to it. This is lesson 78. And our first example is y over 2 plus 1/4 equals y over 6. So I look at my denominators here, 2, 4, and 6, and I think, what do they all have in common? And so you could add a number of things, but 12 is the least common multiple. So if I'm counting by 2's, I get to 12. If I'm counting by 4's, I get to 12. And if I'm counting by 6's, I get to 12. And that is the smallest number that they all three have in common. That's why it's called the least common multiple. So I'm going to multiply each of these by 12. Whatever you do to one, you have to do to all of them so that it's treated equally. By doing so, I can cancel out the bottom here, and that would be a 6. I can cancel out the bottom here, that would make a 1, and anything over 1 is just a whole number, and so that would make that a 3, and then I cancel out that one here, and that would make that a 2. Now I rewrite my problem. 6y plus 3 equals 2y. Do you see that? So 6y plus 3 equals 2y. So now you just do your algebra, and we are going to, the way they did it was they brought the 2 over here and the 3 over there. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. That cancels that out, and I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. And that would make that be 4y equals -3. Then we have to still eliminate the variable to make it isolated, and so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. That makes those 4's cancel out, so y equals -3/4, and that is your answer. So let's do one more. We have 2x over 7 minus 3x over 2 equals 1/3. So I'm looking at 7, 2, and 3, and what three numbers can I get by counting by them and get is the common denominator or least common multiple. So that would be 42 for each of these. So I'm going to multiply each of these by 42, and that cancels that out and make that a 1. This is 6. Cancels that out, makes that a 1, makes that a 21. Cancels that out, make that a 1, makes that a 3, 14. So 6 times 2x is 12x. 21 times -3x is negative, what's 21 times 3? It is, what are they telling me? Hold on. 63x, sorry. 63x, I didn't want to do it with my calculator. And then equals 14. Okay? Now we do our algebra to get these. We have two like terms right here. That equals -51x equals 14. We want to divide both sides by -51. And that cancels that out. And so your answer is x equals -14/51. And that is your answer right there. So it's pretty straightforward. You find the least common multiple. You multiply each piece by that. You do the canceling out so that you have nothing on the denominator in, and then you do your algebra to solve for the variable. And so in your homework they have 2 of those, and so you'll do A and B, and then you'll pick any 10 from the problem set. I hope you have a great day.